few animals are as captivating as otters, especially when they're still pups. With their curious gaze, soft fur, and playful demeanor, they win everyone over at first sight. But behind that irresistible cuteness lies a series of fascinating facts that make these small mammals even more incredible. Otters belong to the mustelid family, making them relatives of weasels, badgers, and ferrets. Brazilian otters, such as the giant otter, primarily inhabit freshwater environments like rivers and streams. From birth, otter pups display unique behaviors. They're born blind, deaf, and entirely dependent on their mother. For the first few days of their lives, they remain in the den, kept warm by the female and their siblings, if any. The mother otter is extremely protective and meticulously cares for every detail to ensure her pups' survival, including constantly cleaning their fur and regulating their body temperature. She might even carry the pups on her own body during their first swims. Something that really stands out is the sound the pups make. They emit small grunts and whistles as a form of communication with their mother, who responds immediately. This vocal connection is essential for keeping the pups safe and close, especially in their first few months. Additionally, pups learn to swim by observing and imitating adults, which demonstrates these animals' impressive intelligence. Otters are known for their intelligence and use of tools. While pups don't exhibit this immediately, over time they learn to use stones to crack open shells or hard foods. This behavior is passed down through generations, showcasing a surprising animal culture. It's as if they have a nature school where the older ones teach the younger ones by example. A pup's fur is another highlight. Extremely dense, it's one of the thickest in the animal kingdom. This is crucial for their survival in cold aquatic environments, as it prevents water from reaching their skin and maintains a stable body temperature. This is why otters spend so much time grooming themselves. Keeping their fur clean and waterproof is vital for the animal's health. In Brazil, the giant otter is one of the most iconic otter species. Known as the river jaguar, it's larger than common otters and has very social habits. Giant otter pups live in family groups led by their parents and older siblings, which creates a constant network of protection and learning. It's common to see the entire family involved in caring for the young ones. Another interesting detail is the pup's diet. Initially, they feed only on their mother's milk, but as they grow, the mother begins to introduce fish and other foods into their diet. Everything is done gradually and carefully. In a short time, the pups are already learning to hunt with agility, demonstrating quick reflexes and precision in their dives. Play is a fundamental part of otter development. From a young age, they engage in games in the water, races, and even wrestling with their siblings. These moments are not just cute, they're also important for developing motor, social, and survival skills. It's as if nature has created a learning system based on fun. Unfortunately, despite all this cuteness and intelligence, many otter species are endangered. The destruction of aquatic habitats, river pollution, and illegal hunting are major threats to these animals. Protecting otters also means protecting rivers and biodiversity as a whole. Today's pups are tomorrow's adults who will maintain the ecological balance of these environments. When observing an otter pup, we're not just seeing a cute scene. We are witnessing a small miracle of nature, carrying within it the beauty of wildlife, the importance of preservation, and the fascination of animal behavior. May every video, every photo, every recorded moment of these animals serve as inspiration to take better care of our planet and all the beings that inhabit it. A little-known fact is that even though otters are aquatic animals par excellence, they aren't born knowing how to swim. Pups are entirely dependent on their mother to learn basic movements in the water. In many cases, the mother gently pushes the pups into the river and encourages them with touches and sounds. This phase is a mix of fear and play for the little ones, who quickly develop the confidence to dive and explore on their own. This process can take weeks and requires enormous patience from the mother. Another fascinating aspect is these animals' sociability. Otter pups grow up with a lot of physical contact, constant interactions, and a kind of community education. In some species, like giant otters, older siblings help care for newborn pups. This behavior is known as cooperative care, and it reinforces the importance of family and the social group for the species' survival. These groups maintain a defined hierarchy, where everyone has roles, even when it comes to playtime. And speaking of play, otter pups are true masters at turning any object into fun. Branches, leaves, stones, and even water bubbles become toys in the paws of these little ones. They roll down slopes, slide down banks, dive, and reappear at different points, as if they were in a natural water park. These activities aren't just adorable, they're essential for developing agility, strength, and hunting skills, all crucial for adult life. Otters are also very clean. Pups learn early on that fur cleanliness is a vital necessity. Their fur must always be well maintained to retain its thermal insulation function. Therefore, it's common to see pups imitating their mother, licking and rubbing their bodies with their paws. Additionally, after swimming, they usually dry themselves on rocks or logs in the sun, which helps keep their fur in good condition. This constant self-care is another lesson the mother passes on with dedication and affection. When it comes to feeding, adaptation is gradual and complex. The mother otter hunts and offers small pieces of fish to the pups, who initially only lick and nibble the food. Over time, they start catching their own prey. Some otter species even teach specific hunting techniques, such as agitating the water to scare fish or overturning rocks at the bottom of the river in search of hidden prey. This type of observational learning is extremely rare among mammals and reveals the high level of intelligence in otters. In addition to practical intelligence, otters have excellent memory and a strong sense of location. Even pups can remember where they've hidden food or toys. Scientific studies have observed that captive otters established routines, hid objects in fixed places, and even saved food for later. This shows that they can plan and think strategically, which is admirable for a wild animal. The vocalization of pups is also noteworthy. They have a varied range of sounds, meows, whistles, grunts, and even tongue clicks. Each sound has a meaning, such as hunger, fear, alert, or a simple request for attention. Vocal communication strengthens family bonds and aids in the social organization of the group. In moments of danger, pups emit high-pitched sounds to call their mother, who reacts immediately. This quick response is vital for protection against predators. Unfortunately, many otter pups don't reach adulthood. Life in nature is full of challenges. Predator attacks, diseases, floods, and food scarcity are constant threats. Furthermore, human actions exacerbate this situation. River pollution, the use of pesticides, and the destruction of forest areas directly affect the places where otters raise their pups. Therefore, preservation initiatives are essential to ensure that these enchanting animals continue to exist on our planet. Otter rehabilitation projects exist in various parts of the world, including Brazil. In some centers, orphan pups are rescued, treated, and later reintroduced into the wild. These programs involve biologists, veterinarians, and volunteers dedicated to returning life to the rivers that were once taken away. The process is long and requires dedication, but each returned pup represents renewed hope for the species. These efforts show that with willpower and knowledge, it's possible to reverse the damage caused by human actions. Ultimately, an otter pup is much more than a cute face. It represents a complex network of ecological interactions, sophisticated behaviors, and a rich evolutionary history. Understanding how they live, grow, and learn is also understanding how the balance of life in rivers and forests works. Every detail of these small mammals' behavior teaches us something about the importance of empathy, care, and preservation. By protecting them, we are ensuring the future of biodiversity and leaving a legacy of respect for nature for future generations.